this is a very fraught situation. You've got Americans mixed in with other individuals, a lot of them SIVs, some of them refugees, on these planes. The Taliban says, no, the plane's not leaving. And our people and the people we want to get out are on them. So joining me now back again, Oklahoma Congressman Martha Mullin, who's been working with a group of military veterans on the ground to try to get these people out on their own. And you hear the conflict in the response from Secretary Blinken on that. Your thoughts, Congressman, welcome, first of all, to what Jen Psaki just had to say there.
Well, first of all, Martha, you can't believe anything the State Department is saying, and I mean that wholeheartedly. They're not being honest with the American people. And let me just go through a couple of things that she said. First of all, she said they've already evacuated some people. They didn't do anything. They did not help or assist in any way other than meet them when we finally got them across a bridge. In fact, the ambassador of the country which we got him out personally told me he was told by D.C. not to assist us in any way. And when you start talking about the planes on the ground, the Taliban, they don't check documents. They don't even care about the documents. That is not them that's holding the flight up. How do I know this? Is because we have guys in Mazar Sharif right now that's actually working with the Taliban, not in a good way, but trying to secure the places so we don't pancake any more planes, because we have two planes there that have been pancaked because they've been overran by the amount of people. Here's what I personally talked to the State Department about. I said, how about we do this? If you can allow one plane to take off, I will guarantee and give you a manifest sheet that has only AMSETs, which are American citizens. I'll give you a copy of all their passports, and SIVs, which are special immigration visas. These are people that the American government has already vetted, and we'll have only AMSETs and SIVs on a plane. Would you give us permission to leave? And they said there's no way to verify the manifest sheet. I said, I will send you a copy of everybody that we have on the plane before they take off, and we will have our guys fly out with them. And they absolutely refused to do it. Their response to me was, well, we don't control the airspace over Afghanistan anymore.
Well, they don't.
I said, well, then who does?
I mean, how are you going to create this plane that's full of the individuals that you talk about, right? How are you going to get that plane to land at Kabul airport or to land at Mazar Sharif at this point?
We have it on the ground.
So you believe that you? So let me ask you another question, because another source of ours said that that the people are not on the planes, that they're at safe houses in the area. What is your understanding?
Well, I'll tell you right now, Miriam and the three girls that we got yesterday on Labor Day, they were actually on the plane, and we actually took them off the plane and then ran a rat line up to where we got them out. And so there is some that have been on and off the plane. But I can tell you that when she says that the State Department has been in contact with them, that is, I believe they probably have been in contact with them, but they've been in contact with them because individuals like myself and like the group that we're working with have gave them the information to talk to them, because when we're asking them, can they go land, the State Department says, can you send us their information? I sent them Miriam's and her three kids. I sent them their information 3 different times because they kept losing it.
I got to ask you a question. No, I understand that. I understand the documentation is a nightmare. And it sounds like, I don't know whether you can freely get people off these planes anymore, because it sounds like the Taliban is saying, you can? You believe you can get them off the planes?
Absolutely. We can get them off the plane and on the plane, and we can load a plane up right now with AMSETs and SIVs only and give them a clear documentation.
And the Taliban will just stand back and let you do that?
The Taliban, the only concern that the Taliban has had, which, listen, I haven't talked to the Taliban personally, but we're talking to groups that are down there working with them, is that they were concerned because when they gave people the right to land, they started coming in without permission. They got upset, and they didn't want anybody else to land. Our understanding is they were okay with them leaving, but they don't care about the documentations on it. But they're getting upset right now because they cleared them to leave, and they won't let them leave.
Yeah,
the department is misleading people.
I just have one more quick question, and then I got to go. But I hope you'll come back. Is the Taliban asking for money in exchange to let these planes take off? Absolutely. Is that true?
Yes, absolutely. They do. They call it tax, and they charge us for instance, there are 16 checkpoints between Kabul and Mazar Sharif that you got to go through, and every one of those checkpoints you got to pay. And right now they're charging another tax for everybody that leaves them. And that tax can vary quite a bit. I don't want to give the amount up because it can go out, but it's a significant amount. And private donors are the ones that's paying this. this, not the American government. The private donors are doing work that the American government refused to do.
So do you consider these people hostages who are on the plane right now, or would you not use that word? Because, when Anthony Blinken says that they're not allowed to leave, Taliban won't let them leave, what would you call it?
If what Anthony Blinken, Secretary Blinken is saying, which I don't believe anything that guy says, I think he's an absolute liar. But if that's the term he's using, then yes, of course they're hostage. If they're being held by the Taliban against their will, not able to leave, and the American government is asking them to let them go, that's the classic definition of a hostage. But I don't know if personally, if the information that we're getting is accurate. I don't know if I'd classify that as yet. I think Blinken is using that as an excuse because he's not allowing the planes to go out, because that's what the State Department told me.
Okay, that's your opinion of the Secretary of State, and we know he's on the ground in Ramstein. He's been meeting with Afghan refugees, and good luck to all of the people who are trying to get people out of there, because this is become a very desperate situation. It really already is. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Martha, this is the same secretary that said that he got 4 people out on Labor Day when he didn't do anything, and that he negotiated with the Taliban. They were being cooperative. That's a lie, because at 3 o'clock in the morning they threatened to kill us. We did cover that, and we thank you for being with us today and for the work that you've done. I'm sure that family is extraordinarily grateful to you. Congressman Mullin, thank you. It's good to have you with us today.